Just three of us today. I'll just I've just started the recording also. Uh, so we can start. Give me a minute.
Hello.
Hi Vidya. Hi. Good morning.
Hi,
So
good
yeah,
morning.
shall we start? Good
Yeah, we
morning.
can
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. Suman, you would like to start?
Yeah, I'll start. You will be sharing when I recite the poem, sharing the screen.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
was
have posted the
actually.
poems in the group. Yeah.
Can someone else can Richa? Can you do it? Like, is it possible? Because I was just actually taking out some poems from the net. Meanwhile. Uh, so I was just looking for one or two poems, which I knew.
There were a
Is it
couple which
possible?
were shared in the
Suman,
group
actually,
also,
you
no?
can also share. Suman, actually, also you can
I
also
have never
share.
actually I have never shared, so I
I'll show
don't
you.
know.
I'll help you do that. See, in the are you on your phone?
I am on tab actually. I have joined
So
on
so
tab
whatever.
from, but
What,
I'll read from the, yeah.
I'll help you. See, whatever device you're on, now you have this menu in the bottom where we mute video and all those options are there.
Mm,
Can you see that? Where you unmute and speak video and all other things, other participant chat, everything you can see.
I think on the spot it will be difficult for me. Or
I can share. I can
all
share.
me. Yeah, please do that.
Okay, okay, yeah.
I will share through my
Okay.
mobile only. So just yeah, just give me a
Yeah.
second.
Maybe you share. I might share after some time maybe, but just give me some time.
Be-
Like, yeah.
yeah, because the device I have joined, the poems are not there.
Okay, okay, chalo, no problem. Yeah, Richa is sharing. Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, just give me a second. So I think we have all the images. So I'll go in the order. You have shared three, right?
First of all, I'll be reading the road note taken. Little bit introduction I'll get.
Oh,
Then
okay.
I'll
Okay.
read this road note taken. First two small poems, then the longer one, the budgets. Lastly.
Okay. 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 I'll go on mute. Uh, just a second.
Just one question here. Is reading a poetry poem different from reading a novel, reading a non-fiction? Is there anything different that is required? Just curious.
Yeah, while reading, you have to imagine actually. With imagination part is also covered, but and rhyming is there, so little bit music is there.
That way. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
it's not straightforward like the novels and other texts.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Today we are stepping together to have a beautiful lyrical ride through some of Robert Frost's most cherished poems. So I'll be reciting three of them, that is The Road Not Taken, The Birches, and Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Robert Frost was an American poet celebrated for his vivid depictions of rural life. Through natural imagery, he explored complex human themes like choices, struggles, beauty, and responsibilities. And he used the nature's images to mirror the path of our lives. His poems reflect that while life offers countless roads and pauses, it is our moment of reflection or moment forward that shapes our story. The Road Not Taken is about the mystery of choices. The speaker who was passing through the woods, he gets stuck at a point where the road diverged in two directions. Both road or paths seemed to him equally. They were covered with leaves, so he could not guess which one to go. He could not choose, but he must choose one, and he wanted to take both roads. So the theme is life forces us choices, and we can't explore every option. And the Birches speaks to temporary escapes. It is in alignment, or it resonates with the recent short book we read, uh, that the moment we need to breathe above life's struggles. Proust watches trees bent from ice storms, but instead of focusing on the literal cause, he imagines a boy swinging on them until they bend. That is, a playful innocence is shown. Then he shifts from philosophy, swinging on birches, and it becomes his life's desire to escape toward freedom that is going upward and coming down. So, always returning back to earth is necessary and staying engaged with the reality. And the third poem is, just telling. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening is about beauty versus duty. The speaker pauses to admire a snowy forest, lovely, dark, deep. He is tempted to stay there for long, yet he remembers that he has promises to keep and miles to go before he sleeps. So there is balance between enjoying and fulfilling one's obligations. So first of all, I'll be reading the poem, The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. It is autumn season. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Wanted wear is that many people had gone that road. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So, this was The Road Not Taken. So, in the future, he may have to repent also, and it may be a shining decision for him also. But whatever the choices we make, that makes all the difference. And it's never possible to walk the two roads together. This was about this thing. Yeah, next point, please.
This was actually about his own career journey, right? He decided to become a poet, and he had other options, and he became a poet, and that made all the difference. That's what I think he's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
saying.
Various interpretations are there. Yes, one is one you are saying that is also there.
Shall we just reflect upon it rather than going to the next one? Is it okay? Like, we'll just, after every
Yeah.
poem, shall we just reflect a little bit, like our meanings, what do we understand? Because otherwise, we will not enjoy it.
Yes, yes, surely.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, who would like to go? Like, we might go just para by para, just to keep it a little faster than going by line by line. I'll just do one thing.
Yeah.
I'll read one para, and then we'll just reflect upon what we understand from that, and then we go further. Is it okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Let each one of us do as we get it. No, Mansi. Para by para, I don't know. Maybe that will
Okay.
work also.
Okay, then
That will also
you are
work.
thinking that
But I'll just
you're
tell
saying
my
that
reflection.
let Suman.
Stanza by
No, no,
stanza,
I'm
you
just
may get the crux only.
okay. Yeah, no problem. Then we'll just read
I
it
just have my
in our mind.
small interpretation, my spill here.
Sure, sure. Yeah,
When
go
we
on.
consider the writer's background and his idea behind writing this based on his personal experience, that's what Vidya was talking about. But if we leave that aside, and as a reader, how I interpreted without knowing the writer, uh, and how the words lines come to us. The first thing is uh, that many of us go through this thing, we always have decisions to take. I remember a long time back, eons ago, I was offered the position of being a principal of a junior college, 11th and 12th standard junior college, by a friend. She and her husband came home and they offered me this thing, on a platter. You can become the junior college principal. I had recently done my B.Ed. Bachelor in Education course. At that moment, I felt I can't do it because I had a young son and older one, two children. So leaving them and taking a wholesome responsibility at that moment seemed impossible. Now when I reflect back on it, maybe I should have taken it because I would have had a lot of support staff to help me with things. But I didn't think at that moment. I thought it's a big responsibility and I have to shoulder a lot of things and I won't be able to do it. So I didn't understand my abilities and capabilities. Years later, I did manage a position at that level with more responsibilities on my head. What lies ahead, we never know. We just think about the future based on our present. But the future can be something, magnificent and fantastic. So at the same moment, it can be bad also. It can, the fear in us, can become something true or it can actually negate it. So unless we experience the things, new things in our life, we can't actually know anything. So another aspect is tradition. We always take the road which is trodden. People have always gone through a path. They have always experienced. So family traditions and things which we do, we follow a path. Someone has taken it, so this is a safe route. This is a trodden path. Roads actually take place, form in that fashion only. People regularly use a road, and that becomes a trodden path. So the writer is talking about it, and he says that, but you'll always have the old experiences which people have already done. So, but unless you take a leap of faith, unless you take a risk, you won't have the new thing which you want in your life. So if you want to have a better claim on something, then go for that fresh grassy area, uh, and which hasn't experienced any traveler on it, any person going through it. You might be the trendsetter. We can be the trendsetter. So sometimes going through a new path, it might have full of hardship, unknown. It is very fearsome, but we can have the pleasure of setting a new trend, a new path. So in that fashion, this is a fantastic poem, and it has always been my inspiration to take the untrodden path. Like this, no one has done, so let me try it. Yeah, there might be a failure, there might be pain, there might be hardship, but the adventure we have, the new experiences we have, the path we set for another person to follow, that is exciting. So for me, this is the crux of this poem. Of course, there are a lot of literary things we do with this, the rhyming and the rhythm and all we do. But I guess that's for another day. I got excited. Thank you, Suman, for bringing this poem. So one of
Yeah,
most
it's my
beautiful poems
pleasure.
I've. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. I have heard of this, the name, and the name is so beautiful in itself, right? And I loved it. Like it's about that choice that we make, right? Like that is a rare choice. It's that this poem reminds me of that. So when there are two choices, we always have like normally decisions to make, and so it's like about for me. This reminds me what I understand is about the lesser preferred choice, and that is the last line, right? It's very beautiful, and that has made all the difference. I took
Yeah,
the
these
one
last lines are
I
very
took the
famous,
one less traveled
very
by.
quoted lines.
Yeah, yeah. So and as you mentioned, it's also maybe the author's story. So yeah, very very beautiful. Thank you for bringing it up. Anyone has anything else or any insight to share from this particular poem? Any did you like it? Were you aware of it before? Do you know anything
Yeah,
more about it?
yeah. Can I say a couple of sentences?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
So, the thing that the I was just looking up the story behind this. It seems that the poet used to have another friend who used to always be late and who was very indecisive. So every time they used to go for a walk together, the friend could not decide which path he needed to take, they needed to take for going on that walk. It's a simple thing, but even that, some people find it difficult to decide. So this poem came as a result of seeing that indecision in that friend, saying that, whatever path you take, stick by it. There may be some path which is less trodden, there may be some path which is more trodden, but whatever it is, you will always reflect on the path that you did not take, because that is, okay, had I done this, it may have been this, all those things will be there. And the path that we do take is the one that decides the rest of our course of our life. So whatever it is, we have to take that and go ahead with it, accept it, that that is what it is, instead of trying to say that, okay, maybe I should have gone back and taken that second path. There is nothing like that. Life keeps going on. I think that's what it is.
Okay, wow, yeah, that was interesting to know.
Yeah, it was beautiful
Thank you.
interpretation.
Yeah, yeah. Shall we go on to some other, like the next poem? Suman, you'll cover yours first, all three what you have brought up.
Uh, Now I will be reading the Stepping by Woods on us. Yeah, Stepping by Woods. Yes, yes.
That is Nehru's poem. I will call it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
again,
please go.
another very famous poem. The last four lines are very popular.
Yeah, I
Stopping
actually
by
wanted to
Woods.
hear this poem, like I remember one friend posting it once and I was just wanting to look for it and somehow you just brought it. Thank you.
Stopping by Woods on a snowy evening. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds of the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So, in this poem, the poet, the speaker, he was passing through the woods, though his hometown is distant from there, and the owner is in the distant town. So he was passing, and he was enchanted by the beauty of the snowy evening. He wanted to stay there, and he was going walking with the horse. In the second stanza, it is shown the horse must think it's strange that why he is stopping here, because it is not our destination, and it is the evening time. The horse makes many signs also to go from here, but he remembers, ultimately he remembers this philosophy: the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So they should move from there, though they have enjoyed the beauty. So the balance is to be maintained. That is the message given here. Yeah.
Yeah. This is like you have things that you like, but then you're still going by your purpose or duty, right? Like that's what it means. And the
Yeah,
last para at
very true.
least.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Because one day you're going to sleep. It's like that. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so yeah. Wow. Yeah, I remembered this last lines and I was just wanting to hear this poem today somehow. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you for bringing it up. Very
Yeah.
beautiful poem. It's very famous also, no?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what the last four lines. It's related to Nehru. He wrote it in his book, in his diary. Uh, I think this was the last one of the last things he had done before he left.
Um,
So this poem, no,
any
it has
little.
literal as well as figurative meaning. We can take it in either way. When I read it first time in the school, maybe we were in sixth or seventh, maybe we didn't understand much of the metaphorical or the figurative meaning. Our teacher used to encourage us to just read and come up with our own expressions. I guess I was in Bangalore that time, and Bangalore, Jalahalli area, it used to be full of woods, small forests, and we had created those forests. We had done the plantation to the old, the firing range, the gun firing range. The soldiers used to learn their shooting. So there used to be acres of land for that. Later, it was converted into a forest. So we were part of the plantation drive. We had created those woods. And Bangalore, Delhi, even Hyderabad used to be full of greenery. And this poem used to always hit my head. Wow, how beautiful is it? And just explore everything. And when we went to Shimla, full of snow, and it used to be so beautiful, so beautiful. And the literary images which the writer creates with this poem, you want to go back and live in those past time, when full of beauty nature was. And um, later I understood that miles to go before I sleep is before our journey on this planet ends. Actually, that is what maybe he's talking about. So all of us have to go through this woods, which might be beautiful or dark and lonely, but we all have our purpose, is how I take it now, the promises to keep our purpose. So we figure out our purpose in life, and that is our promise to our self and to the eternity, and we fulfill it. And the horse is the one which carries us forward. Maybe the society, the world around us, it might think, oh, what is this person doing, stopping here and there? Why is not doing the regular thing? We haven't, reached our destination wherever we are supposed to be. And what is that to admire? Might be that person's perspective, the society's perspective, but it is our journey, so we can just take it. We don't have to go with people's interpretation or how the society sees our journey. So today, no, I reflect on it in this manner, and it's a very beautiful poem. It's a very beautiful stopping by woods on a snowy evening. There's a lot of romanticism and in this, romanticism not in as in a boy or girl thing. Romanticism is more to do with nature, how we relate with nature and how we admire the tweaking birds, the flowing brook, the river, the bubbling sound which comes in the river, and the wind blowing. All those things, that is actually, in rhythm with nature. So that is romanticism. So all these writers, fantastic writers, fantastic poets. So beautiful. Thank you again so much for bringing this up. Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome. Now, if anyone else want to read the poem, may, because the Birches is the long one. Before that, we can take any other also.
Yeah, I think we can do that. Yeah, maybe Richa can read because she's also got some one or two poems. I also have one or two. So yeah, we can reflect on the smaller ones first. But that
Yeah,
was
I also had
beautiful,
a small
Suman. Thank you for
perspective to
inviting.
share on the
Yeah,
previous
oh,
poem.
sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, please, please. I forgot to ask everyone else. Sorry. Yeah, please go on. Please go on.
So I felt, and this poem is common. We had read it, but when I was reading it just now, I felt it resonates with the deep desire within a lot of us to escape life's busyness and chaos. So where like woods are kind of representing that maybe a meditative state that we experience when we are into any sort of practice and trying to escape from life in general. And then the horse is like resonating the responsibility we have towards our worldly life, and it's like calling us back. Our responsibilities are calling us back, and he's saying that it's the darkest night. So darkest night in terms of maybe the quietness of that meditative experience, the restful experience in that thing. And then the horse, our responsibilities calls us back to go back on the journey of life. So yeah, that was one perspective I could relate to this.
I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
Yeah,
it
also
was
that's
very
like
nice
to say,
that you explained.
yeah, sorry to interrupt, but I would also like to add to what what has been said or what Saurabh was saying, that it's very even in this meeting, in this Zoom call, we read the first poem, Suman read the first poem, and we were ready to move to the second one, and Mansi said, let's discuss it. So we stopped to understand and enjoy the poem. I think that is like, even in these moments in life, there are small moments where life is going to be there no matter what, but it's also important to stop and see what it is that we are doing and be aware that, okay, we have done this, let us discuss it and see what it is that it is, how it is resonating with us. So I felt like, it's almost like we are, we can relate to it in the current moment itself in this call.
Yeah, very true.
Yes, very true. Beautifully said, Vidya.
We all have promises to keep outside, but to enjoy and say that, okay, let us just enjoy this particular thing and say that, yeah, we have to go back, but let us enjoy this. Because this is different from, there is something in, there is a saying in English like stop and smell the roses, right? So stop and smell the roses means that you are enjoying that moment and not just going ahead with, okay, so many things to do. And this one is like, okay, we have other things to do, so we have to go there. So both are like, almost contrasting things. Both are important, and one is like you stop now and just become aware of what it is that we are going through, and the other one is like, okay, yeah, we have enjoyed it and now let's move on.
Yeah, I like that it's reminding us to not get carried away also by the beauty or whatever it is that we are admiring when we are stopping and admiring something.
Do we need to do the next poem also? We'll have time.
Yeah, I was looking at the time myself too. Uh, I think the poem that I had, and we can just do one of them. I had shared two, but they are very short ones. But it depends on, yeah, how much time we are planning to spend today. Because, yeah, reflecting, we are also doing it the other way now, right? Like we are taking one poem and reflecting on it. So yeah, maybe I think we can probably cover two more if they are short poems, because then it would be 8 o'clock. But yeah, I'll let Mansi decide.
I will
Yeah.
take this
Emily
longer poem.
Dickinson
I may
is
take it tomorrow also. We can do it
yeah,
tomorrow also.
Emily Dickinson
Yeah.
is very
Yeah,
beautiful.
however, everyone is okay to do it. Like you want to come meet up tomorrow, we want to take a break tomorrow. Like it's also okay. So you guys collectively we can decide that. And today also we have time till 8 o'clock, no? Like I don't know.
Right,
Like
right.
I was
We
considering the
have time.
regular time.
Yeah, but I know that there is one more poem from Suman, and then two poems that I had shared, and Mansi, you have also shared few, right? I have not looked at it because I was sharing the screen. But so yeah, we will definitely not have enough time to cover all the poems today.
No,
So
that and I feel I don't I have just shared whatever like these two three poems that had touched me whenever I came across them. I just shared them. It's not like we have to read them and all. It can stay in the group also if we don't have time and if we don't decide to again do it tomorrow also. That's still okay. Today I was just looking at a book also in my hand. Like my husband just got a new book yesterday. So it says it's Abdul Kalam's book, Learning How to Fly is the book. So in that also somehow I just had this intuitively feeling that there must be some poems in this. Let me look. And I just found one or two poems which are also like small and good ones. So I'll just share that also. Eh, and we can do this tomorrow if we are liking it. If we would like to explore it further, or we can even stop today wherever we want. You will collectively decide how everyone and if others are also willing to bring up some poems that tomorrow, then we can again read them out. How do you guys prefer? Like all of you?
I feel all small poems can be taken. The longer one I can recite tomorrow.
Okay, okay. So you are saying like let's do it tomorrow again? Like
Yeah, yeah,
this reflection on poems?
yeah,
Okay. Is
yeah.
everyone okay with it? Richa, Deepa, Saurabh
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
is
Mansi, let's go ahead. No, this week, today is what, Thursday,
Yes.
right?
Thursday, Thursday. Cool, cool. Yeah, no problem. Then now Suman has already shared, so let
Yeah,
someone
let's do
else
today and
share.
tomorrow. Let's, and with all this monsoon weather, it's so beautiful today. Yeah. Let's take
In
up
fact,
Emily
there
Dickinson.
was this beautiful book also, I think by Rumi, where it's all based on poems only. So I don't know. I was just looking for a PDF of that. Some book, some friend has shared it in other group long time back. So we can take up a book on poems also next, like maybe if you're liking it. So yeah. So Richa, you want to take your poem, or anyone
Yeah,
else
I
would
can
like
I
to take?
can go over one of the poems, but yeah, if anyone else also has something to share, either way it works.
Yeah, yeah. You start. You have na. You have brought something na.
Yeah, let me share.
Yeah, and just one thing that I would like to suggest is that just because a poem is short doesn't mean that it will automatically mean less time. Sometimes a poem is like it depends on what its impact is, right? So,
Exactly.
so
Yes.
it could be that a small poem can have a lot of discussion. So we have to
Yeah,
plan
it
accordingly.
can be very in depth and very profound. We can write, books on it. Yeah, please go ahead. Which poem are we taking up now?
Yeah, let me share my screen again.
Are you thinking of Hope is a Thing with Feathers?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Emily
Can you
Dickinson
see?
is better
Can
Sweetheart.
you see the
Yes.
screen? Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this is the poem I picked for today. It is a short one, but yeah, it might have a lot of reflection because it talks about hope. I think it reminds me of the Hindi saying also that I think Amitabh Bachchan had made famous in Kaun Banega Crorepati, years ago, where he said, "Umeed pe duniya kayam hai." So I think hope is something that every human being and every living being relies on. So this is a beautiful poem that I think gives a lot of resilience and hope in truly testing times that anyone goes through. Hope is the Thing with Feathers. This poem is by Emily Dickinson. I'll read the poem now. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I have heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea. Yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. So yeah, it's a beautiful poem and it uses the I think it animates hope, makes it a living being, compares it to a bird with feathers. And as a companion, who is always with us. And I love how simply the author has put in the words about how she can visualize it as something with feathers and it's never stopping at all. And it is also singing without any words, and and kind of we can relate to it because for no reason at times we are also humming, right, without any words in our mind. So it's all very relatable. And I love how, again, she has uh, created this animated version of hope as being something that keeps us warm. It's kind of like a companion that is always with us, no matter how sore the storm could be, and and how she has seen it in the toughest of the times, and yet like because she has put it as a living being, it has never asked a crumb from her. So I think it what she is trying to say, like, this is from my limited understanding, what I have understood, is that it doesn't cost you anything, right? Like it is something that actually helps us live, and it's not really causing us to lose anything from our own. I mean, and again, losing something or relating it to that is basically because we are living in this materialistic world. So I like the analogy and how it's a very motivating and a very deep poem, and makes you very happy, even if like happy on the inside, जैसे वो हिंदी में बोलते हैं आनंद, the anand that you will feel, and it's not just ऊपर ऊपर की
Bliss.
खुशी. So
Bliss.
the bliss, yes, yes. So yeah, so that's all I had to share. I would love to hear everyone's reflections on this poem.
I can relate it a lot to Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, where he has shared the kind of hope with which the people used to live in those camps, in spite of all the extreme circumstances that they were facing, which can be related to what the storms and other things depict in the poem. So yeah, hope. It was shown in that book also, because of the hope that people had that maybe they'll get free by this Christmas. They were able to live, and yeah, in even on
Yeah.
in those darkest circumstances of their life.
Wow, yes, yes, very true. Yeah, I think we had read that also here as part of B Club. So yeah, very rightly pointed. And it was all about hope. I think that's how they survived that camp. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Hope for me, like when I like this is beautiful, and the shorter it is, it makes more impact. I feel hope is also always such a comforting word, na? Like just that one, not word, but I would say a feeling, right? So hope, faith, these are such powerful words and feelings in itself. So if we can just live by them, anything and everything is possible, and we can keep going. So yeah, the poem all reflects that, and yeah, loved it. Thank you, Richa, for bringing that up. This was a beautiful poem. Because
My
of this,
pleasure.
I am understanding that we are also getting to know the authors, right? Like poets, basically. So
Yeah,
we can look
yes,
for, if we are liking some of them, we can look for more poems by them also.
absolutely.
May I
Yeah,
read the poem once?
yeah, yeah, sure.
Hope is the thing with feathers. Emily Dickinson. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and so must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chilliest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity. It asked a crumb of me. The last line, it for me captures the essence. You can get anything, you can overcome the chilliest land, the strangest sea, even in the extremities, anything we can withstand a storm. Like that little bird, we can just stand there because it's just asking for a crumb from us. Hope is just one tiny bit of crumb. If you have that, you can withstand anything. And it can give you that feathers to fly, to glide over anything. So beautiful. Emily Dickinson is like, all her poems are like this, very beautiful. And what this lady must have undergone to write such pieces. And that too in the time
So,
when
so what
whatever she was going through. Beautiful. Yeah. Who
So
said?
what I understood, no, like when I read this, I took a different meaning actually, like a little different, like I would say, the last line. So combining the last two, three lines, I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in eternity it asked a crumb of me. So for me, what I understood, I may be wrong. So I understood that even in extremity it did not ask a crumb of me, like for example, and never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Like for example, what I understood is ki even in the extreme of situations it did not take away a simple, like the crumb, like the smallest part of me also it did not take away from me. It kept me going even in the extremities is what I understood.
Yeah, that's what
uh,
I also understood, that like hope doesn't cost you anything. I think that is the meaning I
Yeah,
could get
in
out
fact,
of
it
it.
kept me going even in the extremes, is what I
Right,
took out of it. Like, it helped
right,
me, like types.
right, right.
So yeah. but it's and the way Deepa read it, it was so beautiful. Thank
Yes,
you, Deepa, for making it so lyrical and so beautifully reading it out. Like there is a way to read poems actually, not all of us can do that, but you made it beautiful.
Yeah, very true.
yes,
And poetry is such a thing that thousands of interpretations may be there.
But
yes.
Yeah,
I guess
actually, yes.
I came across differently. But what Mansi said, that was what exactly I meant.
Yeah.
Like even in the extremity,
Yeah,
no, we don't lose anything. Hope actually
yes,
gives
yes.
us, keeps us moving, keeps us going. When we are at the toughest moment, we have heard of so many heroic stories. People who have overcome, uh, so many difficult things. Uh, you remember there was a movie, Malayalam movie. This guy gets dropped into a pit hole, and his friends pull him out, and he's in that dark hole for for a pretty long time. Um, so far, no one has come out of that hole, alive. Who has fallen into that hole in that adventurous forest? I think hope was what kept the entire group, going. The person who fell inside was alive. That was an extreme situation, full of scary time, no light, full of dead body skeletons and that sort of thing. And the friends, rescue him. It was made into a very famous Malayalam movie. I think it got dubbed in various versions also. So, these are the things, hope. And people getting lost in the sea for, so many days and they get rescued. So, when we go through that difficult time, that is the extremities, and that time, even if we have a crumb of hope, a tiny, weeny bit of hope, we can overcome anything. And uh, we can change anything from and so many business houses also we have such stories. They are at the verge of tumbling and breaking, and that tiny weeny bit, that crumb of hope, pulls them through, and they catapult to the next level. Yeah, actually that's what I meant, but first time I think I came
Yeah.
across in a different way.
No, 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 you were right. And the way I thank you for reading it out so beautifully for us, in fact. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
Thank
very
thank
nicely
you.
read. Very nicely read, and also the the thing that this poem is also talking about is an uplifting thing, na? It is like it's a bird within us, which is having feathers, and the main thing about it is that it never asks anything for us, but it will always be with us. We don't have to depend on anybody else to have this hope. It is within us, and it is something that is a beautiful feeling of no matter what, there is still hope. So that stays with us throughout our lives, and stays and it keeps putting us up, perking us up as and when we are feeling that life is too challenging, life is very difficult. So, having this feeling within us is something that is very beautifully put, like, as if it's a bird which can sing. And that is something that, how no matter how difficult it is, no matter so many people have faced so many challenges in life where they just pulled through just because of hope. So hope is something which sings in all of us. It is like a bird. It is like, she doesn't say so much that she doesn't say it's a bird. She says it's a thing with feathers. That's also a very beautiful way of putting it. It's so metaphorical that what else is there with feathers other than a bird. So that's something that I really felt that the way she has actually expressed is very, very profound. It's the thing with feathers. It's not. It's She doesn't say hope is a bird. That's something which I felt was like, if you say hope is a bird, people will say, hey, what do you mean? But thing with feathers, people will start thinking. So her way of expressing it is also pretty, thought provoking, I thought.
And the imagery, that perches in the soul. Perching is just clinging onto something with just the paws, maybe just with the fingernails. So just there, and soul is, so again, you can't. It's not exactly tangible. it just stays in your heart, in your mind, in your senses. And I'm sorry, I'm coming back again. I just relate to my two cats also, Eric and Lyle. They are rescued cats. And before we rescued them, they went through a lot of hardship in their life. The home from where we took them, sometimes they tell us about their story, it's heartbreaking, it's so painful, the pain they have gone through, the physical, the mental torture they have gone through. And initially when we took them home, they were so scared, you know but in all that scared, no, there was joy, there was this spirit to live, life to the fullest, to the highest level. And today we that exuberance in the 6 to 8 months has come out, and they're living life to the hilt. So that joy, hope is for me joy. Joy, always have joy. Fear will be there, but balance it with some sort of joy, that there is going to be light at the end of the tunnel, and something better is going to happen. No, this is the end of this pitch darkness, or the gale is going to end, the storm is going to end at one point. And I think my Eric and Lyle, as kitten, they might have had that thing, and that is what drew them towards us. And today they are ruling our home. So that hope, all of us should have. It is just perched on us, just clinging on that. Nourish it with joy, nourish it with happiness and beautiful thought, and things will flourish and everything good will happen. So I don't know, I just got so carried away by all this. Thank you.
No. This was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Deepa. And especially about your rescue cats, because I can relate to it. And the funny thing is that while I started reciting this poem, my dog came and sat next to me. And she's a rescue dog as well. So I had the same thoughts that that because she has since she is rescued as well, she has like some history that we are not completely aware of. And she has lot of like when we initially got her 4 years back, she had lot of anxiety. And we are doing our best to give her the best life. And it's the same thing as you said, like she brings so much hope and joy within us, despite the challenges that she might have faced. And it's just amazing to see how animals naturally have this and they don't even have the ability to talk, right? But they are communicating. They are always communicating with us. We don't have the ability to understand their language, probably. So they are far more superior and intelligent than us, because they are attuned to the nature. And they just know how to surrender. So I could really relate to the heartwarming shares that you shared with us here about your kittens. And I'm so glad that they're having a great life, and that they are ruling your home now, because that is the idea. We
Yeah,
love it.
hopefully. Hopefully that is how I want to believe.
Yes.
Hopefully they are having a better life and a good life with us. And I'm learning every day so much from both Eric and Lion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, so much. I mean, she has like my dog also. She has changed me so much, because I observed so many things while training her. Because we have had several trainers, and then eventually, like, one trainer that we liked, and we have stuck with her for the past 3 years now. And she had taught us few things, because my dog, because of her anxiety and because she was not exposed to other dogs early on, she has some reactivity when especially a dog is behind a fence, or like another dog is behind a fence or something. So when she reacts, right, we are supposed to use some cues and train her and whatnot. And this was like 3 years back, 4 years back, when I started doing this. And I realized I had this profound learning that I am asking her to do this, not react to others. But this is exactly what we humans do. as well, right? When someone is talking, someone is saying something that is uncomfortable, and at times we are reacting rather than responding, to that situation. And uh, training her not to react, and just marking, teaching her that, okay, she can see that, okay, something is happening, and then she can check in. So teaching her how to respond, it taught me, actually I am the one who is getting trained, I felt. And it has made me better in you know not reacting to situations, and responding to them, evaluating, doing a thorough evaluation, okay, what is happening, and then thoughtfully think about stuff, and not immediately tend to raise my voice, or raise, or any kind of gestures. First, it should be very well thought and put together, and then you can take that pause, and then respond to that situation. So they teach us a lot.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I do agree. Yeah. With kids and pets, I feel it's very much like we actually learn from them rather than they learning and we teaching them anything.
Yes,
It's
so
we
true.
transform, we evolve through that experience as individuals. So yeah. So I think
Yep.
we'll stop here, or we can just take one more, which is Richa's fear. So that is, I saw a very small one, like, and I don't think we'll have a lot of meaning making out of it. Like it's
It's a
very,
very
very small.
straight, yeah,
I will
actually, it's
try
a
to
very
direct
straightforward.
also. Yeah,
Ah,
straightforward. So do we want to just close with that? Then others we can take tomorrow, and we can also bring up some more if we want. Like if anyone wants to bring up some more poem, we can also
so
consider bringing some Hindi, Harivansh Rai Bachchan's or some poem like from him. I was just looking for it,
Yes, yes.
because he has
Agnipath.
some beautiful poems. Yeah, anything
yeah,
that anyone knows, we can bring that up also.
Agnipath. Yeah.
So Richa, you want to take this up, and we'll close after this.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just
Okay,
wondering how will we be taking notes today? But let's see, maybe it will be like a one message something. Let's see.
maybe, yeah. Okay, this one is by Rudy Francisco. I think he also composes songs. Um, and this one is I Lost My Fear. It's a very short and a very simple poem, very straightforward, as we already mentioned. So I'm going to go right into it. I lost my fear, and then I realized that to be more alive, I had to be less afraid. So I did it. I lost my fear and gained my whole life. Rudy Francisco. Yeah, I think it's a very straightforward one, so I'm not even going to, explain.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
about
and very beautiful
okay.
message with
Very
beautiful
beautiful.
message.
Yeah, like, the last line again, and gained my whole life. Like, it's very simple, but it's a very
Hmm.
powerful reminder.
And you know what I like sometimes about things, and some people and some situation or whatever. Like I feel, like sometimes now we just need drama unnecessarily. We just want to have some cushion about some things. We need to give some justifications to things because we are conditioned to do it that way. But otherwise, if we see, things can be pretty straightforward. So, and if we can just accept them the way they are, it's good enough. It's actually better. So I feel this poem is a replica of that. Like you don't have to have all the adjectives and things like that. Sometimes the straight lines actually pierce through more strongly through your heart. I feel it's not needed. It's beautiful to not have all the facade at times, right? So this
Right.
poem is like it's so direct,
Yeah.
and that's why you can remember it. Like you don't need anything else. It's just like the last line. And one thing that I just noticed. Maybe I don't know if it's with every poem, but at least the ones that we read today, the last lines, all the poems that we read today, the last two lines, 2 3 lines of every poem was like the as they say, na, the showstoppers. So they were like the eventually the markers and impact
Right.
creators like of all these things. I don't know if this is with every poem that's there. I don't know because I'm not so
Yeah, they
much of
keep on
a
echoing in the mind.
yeah. But they leave us with those profound messages at the end, right? Like taking us through the concept. So yeah,
Yeah.
very beautiful. Yeah,
It
we
reminded
did a
me,
good
I think
job.
your share and your observation, Mansi, it reminded me because I'm going through my music classes as well, right? So there is a concept whenever we are singing a rag, we always there is a samvadi, like we come back to one sur, towards the end of any bandish, any kind of composition that we are singing in a particular rag, there is this particular swar that you have to come back to. So your share reminded me of that these last lines are probably what we need to come back to, because that's what is resonating. I think that is the message. And message of that particular, like in the music context, it is the crux of that rag, right? Whatever it always stops at. And in the with the analogy of this whole life, how we perceive it, the last few lines, I think that's the way the in general the poets would like to leave the impact, and we always come back to that profound message.
Yes, yes, I agree. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is we leave with this note now. So tomorrow we'll come back to the other
Yeah.
poems and maybe some new
Yeah.
along the way. We can
Thank
skip
you.
few.
Thank
Like
you.
I have whatever I found and came across, like in a book or whatever. So we need not read them all actually if we don't want to. So I've just shared them because I came across them. But we can just select if we have more options to come like read from, we can be selective about it. That's okay. And others we can just read on our own. So yeah, let's explore this tomorrow even further. That was a wonderful
The last
experience, no? But
poem
like
took me to Swami Vivekananda's lines also. Yeah, thank you. Beautiful day, beautiful start to a
so
day. Thank you.
are they small enough? Or you want to share them in the group or something? What
You
lines?
mean, even Vivekananda talks about fear. Fear is our biggest enemy. We should overcome that. His is more of philosophy, not exactly poetry. Those are those
Okay.
one-liners which we give to the students. Yeah, I'll share some of it in the group. Thank you. And yeah,
Sure.
fear is something, it's just going back to our the toddler state when we are fearless and we do anything and everything. So going back to our childhood, we overcome that fear thing and being afraid. So yeah,
Here is a
very profound,
suggestion.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Huh?
just a suggestion based on what Deepa is saying, and the poetry. Maybe we can have a theme for a poem. If you're going to be reading poetry, let's have a theme, and then so then we can appreciate that particular concept. So if you're talking about fear, let's take out different poems on fear, and then discuss how different poets have expressed it, in their own beautiful ways, in
In fact,
different
you know
ways.
what? Like not just poems, but I had this idea of doing theme-based sessions on different topics. Like maybe we can just take one topic, not just poems. Like maybe we can take balance, we can take whatever, like whatever name comes to our mind, just a single name or a single concept, and then we just have an entire session on that. Like we just talk about it, like as a group, or we just share insights around that thing in the group. So we need not just come up with poems for that because we may not find poems or the more suitable poems on every topic we want to discuss. But I had this concept in mind. That was the idea behind that Monday mastermind that we were attempting to start, but it never like it just didn't work out. It didn't happen as such. We did not get that kind of participation. But this we can do someday. Like it's very beautiful. One of my mentor does it, and it's very deep. We can go deeper in a topic. We can take up different topics, and we can just reflect upon that and understand each other's perspectives. Bring in some like this, we can bring in some poems, we can bring in some verses or any paragraphs or text, anything that we came across somewhere around that topic, but we only talk about that one topic that day or that session, whatever duration we decided to be. So if more people are interested, we can do something like that, like how Richa just we just talked about hope and fear today, na? So that can be the whole topic of the day, something like that, if that it sounds interesting.
Yes, yes, we can do that. That would be great.
Yeah, and it was a wonderful experience. I loved the whole experience of today's session, and the way everyone of you brought so beautiful poems. It was very nice, and I'm going to definitely save them in somewhere for me for future reference. Thank you for making this session so enriching. We'll just
Thank you.
continue with
Thank
this
you all.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was
Thank you.
very, very wonderful.
We can do this. We can keep doing this on and off, like sometimes, like in a month or in a few weeks or something like that. Just bringing about poems or anything, any verses. Let's see how it evolves. Okay, then see you tomorrow also, like with some new poems. Thank you. Bye bye. See you all. Take care.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye. Bye.
Have a fearless, wonderful, adventurous day.
Yeah.
Take dance all the time.
Yes, you too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you.